Aqua Kids salutes Aqua Heroes, people working hard to keep the planet green and blue. This week, we celebrate a pioneer from the past in the field of marine biology. Samuel Stillman was a U.S. marine zoologist who lived from 1887 to 1984. He specialized in the study of mollusks and received his doctorate on the subject from the University of Stanford in 1913. His research in the field is still used as the basis of study for modern students of marine biology. He wrote over 200 scientific articles and discovered 401 types of mollusks.
Welcome aboard! Aqua Kids is back, so weigh the anchor and get ready to set sail for more fun.
So we've been talking about sea turtles, and now Melissa is going to help us identify some of the patients that they have here. So Melissa, who's this?
This is Zico. Zico is a subadult loggerhead who came to us after swallowing 2 fishing hooks.
Wow.
In his esophagus. And you can see the top of Zico's head there. You can see how large their skulls are, very similar to this one here of a loggerhead. They have the really big head with lots of jaw muscles because of the food that they eat. You can really look at the species and see by looking at their head and their jaws what type of food they eat. This is Splash. This is another green sea turtle. And you can see the size of the head compared to the loggerhead that we just looked at.
Big difference.
Much smaller. And if you look at the jaws of this skeleton here, you can see they have a serrated beak. And that's because of the food that they're eating. They're eating a lot of seagrass and vegetation, so it's more for tearing than for crushing, like the loggerheads who have the large jaws with all the muscle around the jaw.
Now his shell is not the color green, but it's the fat content under the shell that gives them their name, the green sea turtle, isn't it?
Correct. They're named the green sea turtle because of the color of their body fat, and they have that color in their body fat because of a lot of the vegetation that they're eating.
Now, are they in any danger out in the wild?
They are. This turtle came to us also from a hook ingestion, and we see a lot of turtles with boat propeller injuries, hook ingestion, fishing line entanglement, and a lot of those issues. Another thing that came up last year was in January. We had a very cold snap for a couple weeks there in January, and the green sea turtles that are in these inshore lagoon areas feeding on seagrasses, that water gets colder faster. So a lot of those turtles were affected by that cold stun that we had in early January. And you've already met Laney here earlier in the hospital. This is a juvenile hawksbill. We've also got Hillsborough in the tank with him. These two came to us for a couple different reasons. Laney here had some neurological symptoms which were causing him to swim in circles, and that could have been as a result of parasites in the brain or swelling in the brain from some kind of bacterial infection. So we treated him with medications for both of those symptoms, and it resolved luckily. So he's doing much better, and we'll check up on that blood work later and see how that worked out and if he'll be ready for release.
Is there anything specific that hawksbills eat because of the shape of their beak?
There is, definitely. They call them the hawksbill because they have a jaw structure similar to a bird's beak.
Oh yeah.
Like a hawk. And that's because of what they're eating on the reefs. They're out there eating sponges and coral polyps and things off the reef, so they need these pointy beaks to reach in and grab those things off the reef.
Aqua Kids presents Traveler's Tips. These do's and don'ts will help you to be an eco-friendly tourist. If you're planning a safari adventure on your next vacation, be sure to follow these important rules. Never allow your guide to hunt endangered or threatened species, even if they claim it's okay or a standard part of the tour. Also, don't let them harvest any rare plants for your consumption or as a souvenir to take home. The only thing you need to capture wildlife or take home keepsakes is a camera, period.
Don't abandon ship.
There's more adventure to come.
Aqua Kids will be right back.